Mr. Elmer's Music Club.
Okay, let's improvise a little bit. Watch this, and then we'll break this down, because I did a talking head video on this the other day, and it was amazing all the feedback I got and what everyone's thoughts were. So we'll do G, we'll do like G, C, D. Okay, I'm just gonna make something up. Okay, so what does improvising even mean? You drop in the comments. We'll talk about kind of 3 great pillars that people that improvise well have. Now, I know a ton of you guys said in the comments, I just did a talking head video a couple days ago about improvising, and a lot of you guys don't know what to do. So I'm gonna show you some ideas. I want you to run with this. I want you to put in the reps, and you're gonna have fun. Whether you're by yourself, playing with other people, it's the same thing. So is it random scales? Is it random notes? Is it your talent level? No, those are just tools, okay? Those are just the tools you're gonna use to improvise. Like, this is a tool. Yes, it's a guitar that I use to make music. That's it. All right, so what we're gonna do is it's not a random and mysterious thing. When we talk about improvising, think about when we speak. If you and I were in this room having a conversation, we're improvising through language. We're just speaking sentences. I'm not thinking 4 sentences ahead of what I'm gonna say to you. Music works in the same way. It's real time. Like what I just did there, I made up on the spot. It wasn't pre-planned, it was improvised. However, I did use specific tools, and I'm gonna show you some of that, okay? So I think, guitar players struggle because their tool set is not deep enough, which we're gonna keep doing lessons on that. This is more of a mindset philosophy thing, all right? So it's not scales, it's chords. The chords are always your foundation for everything, okay? Because when I was younger, I thought improvising was just about playing scales really fast. That's just what I thought it was, okay? So that's why I really want to know in the comments what you think improvising is. Like, what's your 2 to 3 sentence description of improvising? And how are you improvising? Are you improvising? So if you know what chord is happening, okay? G, C, D, you already know what notes will sound good. If you understand the spine of each of these chords, which we're gonna go deeper, and I'm gonna talk about triads again, I apologize, but trust me, they're the best, all right? So if you play a G chord, I pick out the 3 notes of that chord, and this is one of the pillars, like what great players know. They know the tools they're using. So I know this is G, I know it's made of GBD. I know this is a shape, okay? Okay, I promise you, if you haven't ever used this triad shape, once you use it, you're gonna overuse it. But there's really no overusing, okay? So I understand those 3 notes work perfectly. I know I can improvise. I can play off the open chord, and I can just hop to that triad. I go. I can even throw that pinky down. Maybe I go, oh, I like the way that sounds, and later on I look up. What does it mean when I put that E in there? G, B, E, okay? I'm not gonna answer that for you. Drop it in the comments if you know. I'm just reacting to the chord changes. And then literally, when I did the C open chord, I've moved up to the C, same triad shape. I'm just improvising my way through it. I'm just reacting to the chord change. I don't think, oh, I must go, I must go from the C open chord. I'm going to go to the C triad on the D, G, B string set. No, I'm just reacting. I have that just deep in my musical DNA. So I go, that's it. Maybe I improvise by throwing that pinky down again. And I go, what's that? What's that chord now? What's that? Okay, go to the D up there. That's it. I'm just reacting to the chord changes because my tool set is fairly deep. It's not as deep as I want to be. Our tool sets our musical toolboxes will never be as deep as we want them. But if we keep adding to them, our improvisational skills, that's a hard word to say, will get deeper and deeper. You getting it? So reacting to chord changes, that's what improvising is, okay? So when I finally woke up, got a little bit wiser, got older for sure, I realized rhythm is king of everything, not speed, it's not scales, it's about foundational stuff like chords, pulling specific notes out of the scale. So, adding melody, right? So instead of just playing chord notes, we can connect them to the scales. So improvising is just like having a musical conversation with the chords. Chord, G chord, conversation, roll into the part of the triad. Okay, chord, roll into the triad. Maybe I do the triad shape here. See, that's why you gotta know your triads. The more you add, the more improv grows, like your improvisational skills. All right, so let's go to the three things, and tell me what you think of these. Okay, so the three things that great guitar or improvisers understand in general, especially if you're a music composer, you have to know this stuff, but you're just composing in real time. That's all music improvisation is. Okay, the chords, right? So they know what harmony's happening. So I understand, and let me know your level of this. I know this is the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. It's G, C, D, and I know I could play it here too. And I know there's inversions in here I can improv. I go G, C, D. I could go G. Like, those are inversions. So again, I'm not thinking in real time like that. I know, I just subconsciously know that's there. I'm composing, I'm speaking in real time, musically saying. So you know what harmony's happening based off the chords. Now, again, number 2 is you know the target notes. You know what notes to land on, like the root, the 3rd, or the 5th, meaning the triad. I could go. So maybe I want to land on the 3rd of each triad. So this is G triad, G major. I want to land on the 3rd, G, B, D, B. C major triad, C, E, G, E. And then maybe I want to go D, F sharp, A. Now, if you're playing with another person, your improv could literally be this simple. Pick up your phone and record G, go to C, go to D, go back to D. Now, you're gonna play music with yourself. Now, when the G's going, hit the 3rd. Go da, shank, jazz. This. Da, 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 da. I even said something in the Talking Head video about this, that how like David Gilmour, there's plenty of players can bend 1 or 2 notes, target notes, because he knows what to target, and it sounds unbelievable. It moves you way faster than some guy ripping through passages. Like, okay? So like deep thought like this beats like quick, fast passages. Those don't stick in your brain or your memory, okay? So number 3 is obviously rhythm. So your rhythm could be, part of your improv could be you just bending that note. What if you arpeggiate the triads? You're just trying to have a musical conversation, and that's all that improvising is. That's it. You can play you can play 1 note with great rhythm, and it sounds unbelievably musical, okay? So the mindset shift would be this. It's not about playing more notes. Don't want you to do that. I want you to make better musical choices, and you're only gonna be able to make those if you build your musical pillars. I've been saying this all the time. So if you're new here, some lessons have charts. Some lessons have different camera angles. Today, we're just spitballing these ideas, but I'm kind of showing you what I was talking about the other day, right? You got to know when to play, when not to play, what note to land on, how long to hold it. Those are your tools to improvise on the guitar, to create music in real time. That's what it is. We're creating in real time, okay? That's what improvisation is, okay? So if you just take the G, the C, and the D chord, okay? Take this triad shape, G on the DGB string set, okay? And move it up, just same shape, same string set, C, and then D. See if you can create a little improv where you're going from the open chord to the triad, to the C open chord, to the triad, to the D open chord, to the triad, back to G. A little lick out of the G major pentatonic. Improvising. Now what was that G major pentatonic? Yes, it's the G major pentatonic scale. Da, 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 da. I just played it on the E, but it's just a tool. It's just a tool for me to create music in real time. I could create like a funky riff out of that. Watch this. Octaves. See, that's it. Now, one of my tools could be my level of muting technique. See, there's so much. This is what makes music so amazing, in my opinion. And improv is what it's all about. Now, you could even do something like drop your pick. I do things like this. Take a bar chord. I'm just trying to show you some really fun ideas. Play like a rhythmic improv thing. So just kind of like flow with, like, watch this. You're gonna hear I'm barely gonna make the note sound out. This is more about the percussive vibe. This is a drum set. C, D, back to G. Maybe I use octaves. I mean, not octaves, intervals. So again, I'm just free flowing. It's not gonna sound pretty all the time, but you're not gonna grow unless it sounds ugly at first. So I'm trying to model for you and show you. I could easily edit in perfected little parts on here, but this is all one continuous video. You're seeing everything that happens in this. The shanks, which we call jazz. Learn to turn your mistakes into music. The way you do that, you improv your way through it by keeping a rhythm going. We should do a whole video on that, okay? So all I'm doing is taking the tools that I have. I could play the root and the third on the E and A string. I could improv 1, 3, 5. Maybe I do like a little bass line. Maybe I go to the C, to the D. Okay, yeah, I gotta work on that a little bit. It's getting a little rusty. But again, this is it. So it's not a mysterious talent. It's just something you cultivate through putting in the time, putting in the reps. But you gotta build your musical pillars so you have the tools to keep progressing for your improv skills, okay? So if you can play chords, you can improv right now. If you can play one chord, you can find one triad and start improving. Maybe you pick the third, the root, and then the fifth. I go like this, even when I stop arpeggiating and I bend the note slightly where it's gonna derail and go out of tune, I go, that's like improv, look. See, things like that, it makes playing so much fun, all right? So, I just wanna ask you before we wrap this up, how do you feel about your improvising on guitar right now? Like, are you like, low, medium, pretty high? Are you lost? Okay, like, just trust me. If you keep coming back here, which I hopefully you will, most of you have been here for a while, but if you're new, I'd love to keep you. I just want to help you build your confidence. Like, are you very confident with improvising? Are you like somewhat confident? You're not confident yet? It's okay, and we all are on a path, but we gotta stick together. This guitar thing is hard. There's only one me and there's only one you. That's the beauty. Nobody's gonna sound like me on the guitar. Nobody's gonna sound like you. So the more you can cultivate your improv skills, the more fun this is gonna be for you. But you still do have to put in the work. You know, you gotta have the tools. You gotta learn scales, chords. You need some basic theory to understand. But most of all, too, you have to have fun. But trust me, when you do the things that may not sound like, ugh, I don't wanna learn that, it actually, when you put in the reps, it will make your playing infinitely more fun. Just trust me, I've been doing this, gosh, way too long now, and I'll never stop. I wanna keep getting better. All right, drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. I'm gonna link a killer video here somewhere. It's going to have a killer little exercise where you're gonna use triads and moving around the circle of fists. I will be making charts for that today. So drop a comment on that video if you want me to send you the charts, and you can improv in that. Just keep going, just don't stop. I don't know what else to say. We're done here. Peace.